Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to start this lesson off by giving all the praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Honors to all the brothers who are firmly preaching the word in sincerity and in faith. Shalom to the sincere Akwath. Shalom to the scattered Israelites who are amongst these heathen nations and look like these heathens. Now this lesson is going to be based on this magnitude 6.3 earthquake that hit northern Japan. So through the Spirit, I'm going to read this article, get some precepts, and Lord's will, you're edified. It says an earthquake with a preliminary magnitude of 6.3 hit northern Japan on Friday, the Japan Meteorological Agency said. The epicenter of the earthquake was off the coast of Miyagi Prefecture at the depth of 50 kilometers. The agency said, adding that no tsunami warning had been issued. Isaiah 29:6, Thou shalt be visited of the Lord Yahweh of hosts with thunder, and with earthquake, and great noise, with storm and tempest, and the flame of devouring fire. And in these last days, we have been seeing a lot more earthquakes happening, and a lot more fires, and a lot more storms and tempests. You know, these things are starting to happen more frequently, and they're more intense, and in some cases more destructive and deadly than they were in the past. And that is a sign of the times. That is a sign of the Lord visiting the world which he made. Matthew 24, Matthew 24:6, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. Verse 7, for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines, and pestilences, and earthquakes in diverse places. And when you look up the definition of diverse, it means many or multiple. And there are earthquakes happening in many and in multiple places all over the world of varying magnitudes. And that, once again, is a sign of the times. Because as we get further and further to the end of this particular system, Esau's wicked system, things are going to get worse. The earthquakes are going to get worse. The fires are going to get worse. The storms and tempests are going to get worse. There's going to be more viruses and diseases. There's going to be famines. You know, the economy is going to completely collapse. You know, there's going to be just all-out chaos. And there's a lot of simple-minded people out here that don't understand that. Second Ezra 9:1, he answered me then, and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past which I have told thee before. Verse 2, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, and both of these things are happening more and more often. There's more earthquakes happening, and there's more aftershocks after the earthquakes happen, and there's more uproars of the people in the form of protests, because people are fed up with all the wickedness that's going on. You know, a lot of people are okay with just going to work, you know, taking their kids to school, going to the grocery store, you know, maybe if they can afford it, going on a vacation or two every now and then. But with everything that's going on in the world, it's hard for people to do the most basic of things now. The world is becoming a more stressful and dangerous place. And the people who are in charge, the people running the governments, they're very corrupt and wicked people. And they're making life more and more stressful for the citizens. So now the citizens are all riled up and pissed off, stressed out, depressed. And that's usually around the time that civil wars end up breaking out. Because the people figure that if the government's not going to look out for them, then they're going to have to remove whoever's in that leadership position. And we've seen it happen in other countries before. Verse 4, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. For like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. Even so the times also of the highest have plain beginnings and wonders, and powerful works, and endings and effects and signs. And these earthquakes are signs. Signs of the Lord visiting the world which he made, signs of his wrath being poured out upon the earth, and just further signs that we are in the last days. And like it says in 2 Timothy 3:1, this know also that in the last days perilous times shall come, dangerous, hazardous, unsafe, risky times. Luke 21:36. Watch ye therefore, and pray always, that ye may be accounted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass, and to stand before the Son of Man. And that is what those of us of the hopeful elect are doing every day. We're watching the news, and to the best of our ability, staying up to date as to all the things that the Lord is doing upon the earth. And, we're watching brothers' videos because different brothers bring out different information. So we're staying as up to date and as locked in as we can. It says, and pray always. And we also do that. Pray without ceasing. Pray when you wake up. Pray before you leave the house to go to work. Pray that the Lord allows you to get where you want to go safely and make it back home safely. Pray for the destruction of this place. Pray for more patience, more wisdom, more understanding. It says that ye may be accounted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass, and to stand before the Son of Man. And ultimately, that's what we want. We want the Lord to account us worthy to escape. We hope that the Lord has chosen us from the foundation of the world to be part of that number of those who will endure unto the end and be saved. Because we know that those who are not chosen to be saved, they're going to be destroyed. And we don't want to be destroyed. We want to live. But we also know that some of us will have to be martyrs for this truth. We will have to die for this truth. And, and as far as that's concerned, it's like, hey, so be it. If I do have to die, then let me die serving the Lord. That's the best way to go out. Not as some 2/3 wicked heathen that the Lord is angry with, but as someone who stood stiffly for the names of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Somebody who didn't waver. Somebody who didn't take their hand off the plow and look back. But of course, we all want to make it that first go around. We don't want to have to die. But the ones who do die serving the Lord, they're going to be the first ones risen. So either way, we win. Whether you die serving the Lord or whether you do get beamed up on a chariot the first go around. And you don't have to be a martyr. But for these wicked people, there is no salvation for them. They are going to die. And in some places, their death will be via earthquakes. Some people are going to die from the civil wars. Some people are going to die in the race wars. Some people are going to die from the diseases. Some people will die from animal attacks. Some people will die in fires and storms and tempests, or shootings, or stabbings, or car crashes, or plane crashes, or whatever other way the Lord decides to, bring death upon them. Things are about to get extremely chaotic and hostile and violent and deadly and even more dangerous than they already are. Because we are living in the last days, and the Lord's wrath is steady increasing upon the earth as he continues to punish these wicked people with whom he is angry with every day. So with that, I'm going to wrap it up here. In closing, I'm going to give all the praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahushai, Ba'ashim, Rakakwadash. The Wadi Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahushai, putting the spirit on me to do this lesson. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Honors to our brothers who are fervently preaching the word in sincerity and in faith. Shalom to the sincere Akwath, and shalom to the scattered Israelites who are amongst these heathen nations and look like these heathens. Hope you all stay strong, stay safe, stay fervent, stay circumspect, stay prayed up. Adawan Ratazah. Till next time, Shalom.